Steelers Nation, how's it going? The Pittsburgh Steelers are always striving to improve and bring their best for you, the most loyal fans in football. Before we dive into today's hot topic, take a moment to smash that like button and subscribe to the channel. Your support means the world to us and helps us keep bringing you the best Steelers coverage. Now, let's get into it. The Steelers have hit a critical juncture in the season. Coming off a big win against the Cleveland Browns in Week 14, the team now faces the daunting task of taking on the Philadelphia Eagles. But the road ahead is riddled with challenges, especially with key players like George Pickens sidelined due to a hamstring injury. With limited depth in the wide receiver room, Pittsburgh might be looking to bolster its offense, and one intriguing option is recently waived former Patriots wideout, KJ Osborne. Let's talk about the elephant in the room, George Pickens' absence. Pickens has been a cornerstone of this offense, and his ability to stretch the field is something no other receiver on the roster can fully replicate. Against the Browns, we saw Mike Williams and Scotty Miller step up admirably. But let's face it, the depth behind them is thin, and as the Steelers push for a playoff spot, they can't afford to rely solely on what they have. This is where KJ Osborne comes into the conversation. Waived by the New England Patriots earlier this week, Osborne could be a low-risk, high-reward addition for the Steelers. But is he the right fit? Let's break it down. First, a little background. Osborne was drafted by the Minnesota Vikings in the 5th round of the 2020 NFL Draft out of Miami, Florida. After a quiet rookie year, he quickly established himself as a reliable option in Minnesota's passing attack. Over 3 seasons, 2021 to 2023, he racked up 158 receptions for 1,845 yards and 15 touchdowns. His versatility is perhaps his most attractive quality. Osborne can line up both in the slot and out wide, making him a flexible asset for any offense. In New England, Osborne's production dipped significantly, recording just 7 catches for 57 yards and a touchdown in 7 games this season. But let's be honest, the Patriots' offense has been a mess, and Osborne never really had a chance to shine. In Pittsburgh, with a more stable system and a proven quarterback like Russell Wilson, there's a real opportunity for him to revitalize his career. If Osborne clears waivers, the Steelers could sign him without breaking the bank. Even when Pickens returns, Osborne would provide valuable depth and another weapon for Wilson as the team gears up for the playoffs. As if the offense wasn't dealing with enough, the defense has its own set of concerns. During his weekly press conference, head coach Mike Tomlin announced that safety Deshaun Elliott is dealing with a groin injury. Elliott has been a breakout star this season, forming a formidable duo with Minkah Fitzpatrick in the secondary. With 96 tackles, 2 forced fumbles, and an interception, Elliott has been a game-changer for Pittsburgh's defense. Tomlin didn't confirm whether Elliott will miss practice or Sunday's game, but his mention signals the team is taking this injury seriously. If Elliott is unavailable, Damontae Kazee would step into the starting role, with Cam Sutton and Miles Killebrew providing depth. While the Steelers have options, losing Elliott would be a significant blow, especially against an Eagles offense that thrives on exploiting defensive mismatches. So, what's the game plan for the Steelers moving forward? The front office and coaching staff face a 2-pronged challenge, patching up the receiving core while ensuring the defense remains rock solid. Signing a player like KJ Osborne could address the offensive gap, but it's not just about bringing in talent, it's about integrating them into the system quickly and effectively. On defense, the potential absence of Elliott means others will need to step up. Players like Patrick Queen, who leads the team with 98 tackles, will play an even more crucial role in keeping the unit cohesive. And let's not forget Minkah Fitzpatrick, who will need to continue being the anchor in the secondary. As the Steelers gear up for Week 15 against the Eagles, all eyes will be on how the team adjusts to these challenges. A win against Philadelphia would not only bolster their playoff positioning, but also send a message to the rest of the league that Pittsburgh is a force to be reckoned with, injuries or not. When the Steelers traded for Justin Fields, sending a conditional 6th-round pick to the Chicago Bears, many viewed it as a smart gamble. Fields, a young and dynamic quarterback, offered immense potential as a long-term starter. On the other hand, signing veteran Russell Wilson brought immediate leadership and experience to the huddle. Fields started the season strong, leading the Steelers to a 4-2 record, while Wilson recovered from a calf injury. His athleticism, quick decision-making, and ability to extend plays gave the offense a unique spark. But when Wilson returned in Week 7, Mike Tomlin made the bold decision to hand him the reins. Since then, Wilson has led the team to a stellar 6-1 record, cementing his place as the starter. Tomlin's choice wasn't without controversy. Many fans and analysts believed Fields had done enough to keep the job. However, Wilson's performance has vindicated Tomlin, with some even suggesting he could be in the running for AP Coach of the Year. But now, with the regular season winding down, the Steelers might have a new opportunity to get creative with their quarterback usage. Here's where things get interesting. Fields' trade from the Bears included a condition. If he plays 50% or more of the Steelers' offensive snaps this season, the draft pick compensation escalates from a 6th-round pick to a 4th-rounder. So far, Fields has played 45.73% of the snaps, keeping the Steelers on track to retain their 6th-round commitment. This contractual detail has allowed Pittsburgh to be cautious about how they use Fields. But now, with just 4 games left in the regular season and Fields comfortably below the 50% threshold, the Steelers have more freedom to deploy him in specific situations without worrying about the draft pick. Imagine this: Fields coming off the bench for design packages, utilizing his speed and athleticism to keep defenses guessing. It's a strategy that could prove invaluable as the Steelers push for the AFC North title and a deep playoff run. Fields brings a skill set that few quarterbacks can match. His ability to execute RPOs, run pass options, scramble for big gains, and throw on the run adds a layer of unpredictability to the offense. While Wilson has been excellent in his role, introducing Fields for a handful of snaps per game could create mismatches and open up the playbook in ways that traditional pocket passers can't. The Steelers have already shown glimpses of what Fields can do in limited action. In Week 12 against the Browns, he played 7 snaps and provided a spark to the offense. As games become more important in December and January, the Steelers could lean more heavily on Fields in specific situations, whether it's short yardage plays, red zone opportunities, or simply giving the defense a different look. This kind of dual quarterback approach isn't unprecedented in the NFL. Teams like the New Orleans Saints have successfully used similar tactics in the past, deploying versatile QBs like Taysom Hill to complement their starters. Fields could fill a similar role for Pittsburgh, giving the team an edge in crucial moments. As exciting as this season has been, there's an elephant in the room. It's unlikely the Steelers will be able to keep both Wilson and Fields in 2025. Both quarterbacks have put enough strong performances on tape to attract significant interest in free agency. While one might stay in Pittsburgh, the other will almost certainly find a new home next season. This makes the final stretch of the 2024 season even more critical. The Steelers' coaching staff and front office need to evaluate both quarterbacks thoroughly to determine who will be their long-term option. While Wilson's leadership and consistency make him a strong candidate, Fields' youth and potential for growth can't be overlooked. For now, though, the focus remains on the present. The Steelers have an opportunity to maximize their current roster by leveraging the unique strengths of both quarterbacks. With the playoffs on the horizon, every advantage counts. Now, Steelers Nation, it's your turn. What do you think about the possibility of signing KJ Osborne? Do you believe he could be the spark the Steelers need to strengthen their receiving core? And how concerned are you about Deshaun Elliott's injury? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. Before you go, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. Your support keeps us going and helps us bring you the latest Steelers updates, analysis, and behind-the-scenes insights. Thanks for tuning in, and as always, go Steelers!